Hello and welcome. So today I am going to be drawing a pigeon, beautiful pigeon. I've just got to get my create a dashboard. I've got to get my Twitch chat up so I can comment if I need to comment for anyone. Stream manager, need to type anything. So okay, so today we're drawing this pigeon, and I'm going to start by I've got the picture, the reference down in that bottom left. I'll just move my camera. I can move my camera a little bit. My face cam, just so you can see that a bit better. I'll put myself over down here. You don't need, I can be down there. That's all right. So, I am going to start by, that's my little dog. She wants to come in. Drawing this little bird's shape. I'm going to colour drop that grey, if it'll let me. Then go back to pen, go to my dip pen. I've got my dip pen. Yep, perfect. That's picked that grey out. So I'm just going to start with the basic shapes. I'm just going to, not going to worry about the beak just yet. I'm just going to look at the shapes. And now his head is 3 times his head is his body. So one's about 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Now, if you look at the shape of his neck, it goes out a little bit at the back and then comes down. Then it goes down to his wing. It bubbles up a little bit, like that. Now, his tail is also the length of his body. So, hello, Trip. Oh, thank you for the sub. Thank you, mate. Okay, so come down here, and then his tail, I can adjust it a little bit if I need to. I'll bring his wing down there like that. Tail goes down to the ground. He's standing on the ground. And then, excuse my little dog, I've got one dog in the room and one dog outside the room, but she barks at me when I stream. She doesn't like me streaming. So she sits there and barks at me because she's a little sausage. Little bossy britches. All right. So I draw this little pigeon's beak. Come up a little bit. So I'm just looking at the reference the whole time. Hello, Jay. How are you, doll? How you going? How's your health and your hubby's health been? How have you been holding up? So I'm just going to draw the oval of the eye. Yeah, Pippi, my little miss Pippi is my boss. She bosses me around. He's got his pupil sort of at the front. I've got to figure out how to do split screen for my reference, because having it on the same picture, it's really hard to be able to enlarge my drawing. There's got to be a way of doing it. I just haven't learnt that way yet. So I'm just going to mark in just roughly where the colours sit, because I adore pigeons. Pigeons are quite beautiful, and we go down into the market in the city to get our seafood and stuff, and there's always heaps and heaps of pigeons. You make pigeons look cute so much better than 2 weeks ago. He's going to have an op. Okay, I'm better and over the flu. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing better. But you still got to make sure you get some rest. I know it'll be hard, but hopefully all goes really well. I'm sure it will. Sending all my hugs and healing love, healing vibes. I'm going to erase this part of his wing. Go back to my pen. This wing, I'm going to make my pen smaller again. I'm just looking at the shapes. I always mess up the shapes. Then the wings come out there like that. So I'll adjust the back. Come down here. Okay, I'll add in the other details in a little bit. Now you can see he's got little short pants on. So, and his legs are about halfway down his wing. Might have dropped that and take that back a fraction more. Take it back a little fraction more. I'm just having a look. So his legs are about halfway down, about there. All right. it's really easy because they've got to be out of balance. It's really easy to draw their legs in just a little bit the wrong spot and they topple over. You're worried about shapes? My bird would look like a test pattern. Oh, they're stenting an aneurysm in his lower aorta. Oh, wow. Well, sending lots and lots of healing hugs. Technology is amazing and surgery these days is brilliant. So, yeah, I'm sure it will all be good. But I'm still sending all my hugs and healing vibes. But yeah, it took me a long while to you've got to forget what things are and just look at shapes. And it makes it so much less stressful to do drawings as long as you just look at the shapes and proportions against each other. Like things, I think I've probably got that leg a bit short, but I'm just going to do it traditionally and erase it and do it again because it does have longer legs than I gave him. Oh, that's way too thick. Hang on, Control Z, get rid of that. And make my pen a little bit smaller. So I'm looking, so his leg and foot is the length of his head. So if I measure from there to there, that's the same length as his leg, about there. So I always measure things against the head. You got them? Whoosh. Oh, that's cool. That's very cute. Well, I'm glad you received them. You're funny. So now I'll draw that foot. That looks a bit better. And as I add things, I'll see the different proportions that I've got wrong. See, that comes down under that little bumpy bit on his tummy. Pippi! My little dog. I'd let her in, but she'll bark at me. All right. Yeah, we go to the market and get our seafood, and these guys, they're so brave. They come right up to us. And I got this reference off Unsplash, which is a royalty-free reference site. Yeah, they've got a free. I do paid photos as well, but you can also get these ones for free. The eye is so pigeon. That is like Lexi. If I'm out of sight for 5 minutes, she goes a little nutty. Yes, I can't. I'm not allowed to go anywhere. I've got to stay home, especially Bear. Oh, my little bear dog. Come up and say hello, Bear. Can I come up and say hello? Come on, say hello. Are you all snuggled? You okay? Bear's snuggled up at my feet on his doggy bed. He's a bit... Are you going to come up and say hello? You're going to come up and say hello to everyone? So this is Bear. Oh, say hello, Bear. So this is Bear. My little bear. So he doesn't bark at me. He just curls up on his little doggy bed and hangs out with me because he's my little best friend. And Pippi's also my best friend. She's my other best friend. But she barks and barks and barks and then barks some more. She's like, stop streaming. Stop it. So she can guard the rest of the house while I do this. All right. Come up. She can come in for my gaming streams because for whatever reason, gaming streams don't offend her as much as art streams do. But I do my gaming over on Twitch. I've just got, what have I got? What's it called? Battlefield 6. Awesome game. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm not going to worry about a background. I'm just going to draw the ground in. I'll just draw in the ground. I'm not going to worry about the background so much. I'll just give him like a concrete base. Like that. His tail's resting on the ground, like that. Okay, so we're going to start with the colour. So he actually has... I'm going to do his eyes first because why not? I'm going to see if it's going to let you. So I'll get the colour dropper. I'm going to go into his iris. And then I'm going to... That was not the right colour. So I'm going to get my eyedropper. We'll try that again, shall we? And I think that's a reddy brown. Except I'm going to go to my colour wheel and make it a little bit brighter. I need to make that bigger. Scroll my doodah. Where's my scrolly doodah? I want to make the picture big. Oh, not that big. Wow. Okay, well, that worked. Hang on. Wow, I made that big. Uh-oh. What happened? No! Undo. There we go. Oh, I thought I deleted it then. Wow, that was scary. Good looking pigeon. Thank you, Zargo. How are you, doll? I have to make my dinner. My guy's hungry. Got to keep the man fed. Yes, one must not have a hungry husband. One must not. So I'm going to put that back in the middle. Make it a little bit bigger. Bring the reference picture back into focus. I lost words then. I stopped Englishing. And I'm going to just colour this in. I don't like. That is not red enough. Control Z. That is not red enough. I need to go back into the stronger reds. That's better. It's more of an orange, actually. That's fine. I'm just going to block it in for now. And I can adjust because the eyes aren't just one colour. They're a multitude of colours. Can't have hangry men? No, definitely not have a hangry man. Okay. So what are you having? We had steak last night. I put on steak and pizza slices for my daughter because she felt like pizza slices, and steak for my hubby. And I've been having just a lunch, not a dinner. I'm trying to be losing some pud. It's got to. I don't like that. I've got to get. I might go for more of a yellow actually in that iris. I might go back to the oranges. Go more into the yellow because it does have. And I can blend that a little bit. I'm just going to do that and then get my blendy tool. Get my blendy brush. I'm just going to make that really small and then blend that in just to soften it so it's not such a hard, brighter colour. All good, thank you. How are you? I saw a bear, but my connection is bad, so huge delay. Oh, no, that's no good. But, no, I'm good. I'm doing real good, Dale. Bear is very good. And what have we been up to? Pippi had to go back to the vet for her checkup this week, and she's doing really well. So we're very happy about that. What's going on here? Why is that not? I've got to go back to the right brush. That's a better orange. And Bear's doing great. And this is a long weekend for us. It's Melbourne Cup weekend here. So all of Melbourne gets a holiday and Melbourne's outskirts. So long weekend ahead, but I think we're staying home because the weather's just going to be horrid. It's supposed to be lots of, I love, mind you, having said that, I love rain. So it's going to bucket down rain, which is fine. That makes me happy because we're on water tank. So bring it on, but not conducive to happy fishing. I was going to go fishing, but I'm not now because it's going to be icky and not pleasant on a boat, I wouldn't think. So you can see I'm doing this. What I've just realised, I'm doing this on one layer. So I'm now going to add the second layer because I'm going to have the drawing layer with an eyeball on it, apparently. I might as well just stay on one layer, mightn't I? Let's just try and go for a one-layer drawing. Let's just treat it traditional. Let's do that because why not? I've been thinking I want to do a traditional, like get my ink out and do some ink, even though October's officially over in a day or so. What's the date today? Today's the 31st, I think, here. Yeah, today's the 31st here. Happy Halloween, everyone. It's not really a big thing here in Australia, but happy Halloween to everyone who does do Halloween. I'm just going to make that brush a bit bigger. I got a photo from one of my girlfriends at work, my old boss. she's got all the makeup on, all the scary makeup for work today, so that was fun. It's becoming more popular here, which is good fun. It's great to see the kids getting out and about all dressed up in their fancy outfits. All right, so I'm going to pop this grey. Ooh. Just doing the top of the beak. And the beak's multiple colours. And I'm going to colour drop. I'm going to grab my bucket and then dip that in there. Go back to my brush and tidy up the edge. Like that. It's got a darker grey down here. I'm just working in sections. The weather is decent. I think we're going to train horses. My friend's young mare had a filly this past spring and she needs training. Cool. Not really a big thing there either. Yeah. God, young horses are such hard work. I mean, if they've got a good temperament, it makes life a lot easier. All right. But yeah, I worked with young horses for a long time, and yeah, nah, I'm too old now. You're never too old, but I lost my confidence. I lost my confidence working with young ones. Young horses got a bit too risky for me. Hurt myself one too many times. Oh, Pippi's back. I'll stick to me little doggos. All right, I'm happy-ish with that. That needs to be a little bit more yellowy, doesn't it? I need to make that top bit a little bit more skinny, yellowy. There's a little bit of pink in there, actually, a little bit orangey maybe. Like that. The more you look, the more you see. And I'm just going to add that onto the beak there. A little bit down here in the bottom of the beak. Well, I can try and let you in, Pippi, but if you bark at me, I'll have to pop you out. I'll let you in. Sit down, you can come in. Come in then. Don't you bark at me. I can see it already, her little body language. She's already bouncing around. She's a bit cheeky, but she's good to work with. Oh, cool. I'll pick you up. You want to come up and say hello? Or you can go this guy. And you let me pick you up. Come here, Pippi. Here she goes. Pippi. I love you, Pippi. You want to stay? What'd I say? Pip, here, I'll patch her. Come here. Want to come say hello? Come say hello. Come say hello. I got you. She's a handy little doggo. This is Pippi. Everyone, this is Pippi. And she's a little squiggle. Oh my goodness. There you go. She's a little squiggle. She doesn't hold still. She's such an energy ball. She's so... Hey, P! Don't do that. You don't need to bark at me, Bubba. Just cuddle up on the floor. Cuddle up on your doggy bed. Now Bear's jealous. It's okay. You cuddle you down. Cuddle you down. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to put her out. Come on, Pip. Come on, Pip. I'm sorry. You've got to go out. You're going to bark at me. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Okay. Come back quick. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry about that, guys. As you can see, Pippi gets very loud very fast. She's my special pup. She's a very special little pup. But love it a bit, but wowee, she's unusual. Her little temperament's very unusual. I call her my little Tassie devil. She's like a little Tassie devil. She makes all the noises and does all the things. Whoa, that's way too big. I'm just going to fill in this grey. She sounds like Taz off the cartoon. Yeah, she doesn't do it when I'm gaming. She only does it when I'm drawing, which is really odd. I must give off some kind of an energy, like because you know how dogs pick up on energy and moods, and I'm just going to fill this in just with this top part because I love that this has got the pinks and the iridescent sort of colours. And yeah, I'm doing it, like I said, I'm doing it all in one layer because why the hell not? I'll just do it traditional technique. So that's, you know, to show people, because it's what I found the most intimidating when I first started digital art was trying to understand layers. And you know what? I figured out I don't have to. I can, and it would make my life inherently easier, but it's not necessary. You can do traditional style with digital work. So all my friends who weren't going to give it a go because it seemed too intimidating, just go for it. It's a lot of fun. And you don't have any cleanup. I really like not having to clean brushes. I like that a lot. And getting covered in ink, because I always got covered in ink. Because I inevitably would put my hand in the I'd dip the pen, get ink on my hand, and then I'd rub my eye or I'd rub my face, and that would be the end of that. And I'd end up covered in it. So this way, I stay clean. And I don't have any paper. And if anyone wants anything, I can just send it to them via email. I just send them a JPEG, and I send them a video as well, usually. A couple of pieces that I've done, I've sent the video as well as the artwork, so they get their 3-minute time lapse as well as their painting, which is fun because they enjoy watching them. I find people seem to like watching the process of their work. So I've done that for the last few portraits I've done, which has been good fun. I'm not worrying about a background on this one. I saw Tasmanian Devils for the first time 2 years ago. They got some in Copenhagen Zoo because of Queen Mary. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're actually really cute. They've got a reputation, but they're really cute, and they're quite shy. You won't see them in the wild. But yeah, they're gorgeous little things, but they make horrendous noises. But so do koalas. Koalas sound horrendous. If you've ever heard a koala, they are terrifying. They don't do anything, and they're really cute. But the noises they make, oh my word, they are horrific. I've had friends who freak out because they're not used to, like out here we've got them in the trees and stuff. But but you know, they'll come out and stay or whatever, and they're like, "What the hell is that noise?" It's like, it's all right. It's koala breeding season. They make horrible noises. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to touch that eye up again because I've just smudged all around the edge of the eye. God, my dog's a bossy. Now Bear wants to go out. You know who the boss of this house is? It's my puppies. I don't like that. That's way too big. I'll let you out in a minute, Bear. All right, hang on just a sec. I'm just going to let my dog go out. Saw a video of koalas roaring. Yes. The zoo ones weren't shy. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I suppose they've been handled since they were babies. If they're in the zoo, they'll have been... Ew, that is not green. That's green. I'm going to undo that, though. Because they're really iridescent blue-green. And I'm actually going to do it with an airbrush. Woo! Not that big an airbrush. Not that big an airbrush. Bleh. Can't even speak. Oh, gosh. I've got to remember to resize my brushes whenever I do it. There we go, resize. Go back to my airbrush, soft airbrush. I'm going to just block in. I'll do the feather detail over the top of the colour. Probably needs to be a little bit more blue than this, but that's okay. I'm doing it quite green. But, you know, artistic license. I'm just going to blend that out now. Just blend that out nicely. Like that. And we've had so much wildlife here. Like this season has come, spring's come early. And we've had so much wildlife. Like I've got an echidna. And echidna's, I'll have to put it on my Facebook if anyone follows on my Facebook. Or I'll put it on my Instagram actually. The most beautiful echidna living in my garden beds. And he's just magnificent, and he's getting brave. They're usually really, really timid, and he's popping his little head out and like poking his little wiggly nose up and saying hi because he's got a bottomless supply of ants in our garden bed, so he's very happy. But yeah, it's very cute indeed. So this is the pinky sort of colour. It's sort of like it's It's a lovely colour, actually. I don't even know what you'd call this. It's pink, but it's not pink. It's iridescent. It's just lovely. So I just block in the base colours first. Like I do this as if I was doing a traditional picture. I would add the base colours and then do the final detail over the top. And because I'm doing it all on one layer, I'm just going to go, I'll erase the edges of the drawing later. Come down and around here. But yeah, so we've got echidnas. We've had lizards, like lots of lizards, which means we have, and I've seen a lot of snakes, but the snakes have been on the road. They haven't been on, I haven't seen them on the farm here. I know they're here, but I haven't seen them. Thank goodness. They stay hidden. And they can stay hidden forever. They're cute too. Oh my God, they're adorable. They are adorable. And we went out the other weekend and there was a creek and it had platypus in it. And oh my God, and you never see platypus. They are really shy. But so we didn't see them, but it had a sign up saying platypus were in the creek. And I'm like, oh, that's so gorgeous. I've seen platypus a few times in the wild. You see them at the zoo, but I've seen them a few times in the wild. They were just playing around and flip-flopping in the water. So that wildlife is doing really well, which is really good. The colour, yeah, taupe. Okay. That's taupe. Okay. It's beautiful. Whatever it is, it's gorgeous. I think Bear wants to come back. My dogs are bossing me round. So that's a really pale grey. So the grey that I had, I'll try and see if I can colour block it. That's what one thing I love about having this. I get my eyedropper over here and I press on eyedropper and then I just touch the colour and it will bring up that colour. And I can adjust it on my colour wheel. What? Oh, hang on. I've got to let Bear in. Come on, Bear. Come on, quick. Quick, quick. Come on, Bear. Come on. Little thunder thighs. You little thunder thighs, Bear. Goodness gracious. Okay. My horse has a deer buck friend. Oh, wow. Who we sometimes meet in the forest. He gets so disappointed when he sees me. Oh, hello, Jeremy. Pigeon looks good. Pretty colours. Thank you. Yes, pigeons are beautiful. I've been wanting to draw one for a while. What am I doing? I've got the wrong brush. That's why. Got to go the airbrush. There we go. That's even a bit too dark. We'll just do that and take it all around. But yeah, I love the colours on them. Also, I did try Dinkum. I'm glad you like it. It's a great game. It is a lovely game. I'm glad you like it. It's very easy to get. I play it for hours on end. I've got it on my handheld gamey thingy. Also cute. So you're very cute. Very cute. Just watch out for the crocodiles because they'll eat you. I've been eaten by mini crocodiles in that game. It's so cute though. It's a farming simulator. It's so cute. And it's based on the Irwin family, which is really cute. Bob Irwin. I think, yeah, because the guy that sells the animals and the dog food and the animal food is called Irwin. Oh, that made me giggle when I first saw the game. But it's a very sweet game. So now I'm going to move my picture just a... Whoa! Not that. I didn't mean to do that, but anyway. Don't quite know how I did that, but that's okay. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. Whoops. Happen to live right next to two. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a tip. Put a fence up. Get the tools to make a fence and put a fence up and that'll keep the crocodiles out, okay? I learnt that because I kept getting eaten. And, yes, so I learnt that you just put a fence up and then the problem solved. I got the same some photos of Victoria pigeons and a huge blue one with a big crest. Ooh. Tell photo to take. Yeah, I can imagine. Haven't got the fence yet. Oh, well, that's a priority. Get the fence and you'll spend a lot more time alive. Tip of the day. Build a fence, you won't get eaten. Or you're less likely to get... I've still been eaten over fences, but that was my own silliness because I wanted to see what happened. And then you can get pet wombats, and I love wombats. We've had wombats around here too, actually, lately. We've got all the animals at the moment. Great tip of the day. I know. Build a fence, don't get eaten. Sort of happens in reality here, but yeah, anyway. Not so much here in Victoria, but yeah. up the top end. It's like, just don't go near water. Okay. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to blocking him where his tail sits. And I get to see Aussie wildlife too. Exactly. Later in the game, you'll be able to get platypus and wombats. And I've got 3 wombats. I've got tons of chickens. You can catch the dingoes because I had like 40-something dingoes at one stage. You can catch the dingoes in the game, which is very, very cute. And I had like a stupid amount of dingoes because I thought, why not? You just whistle and they come running after you. In the game, that is. Okay, so just going to soften all of that up. Now I'm going to work on the grey on the wings. So I'm going to go to my colour dropper. I'm going to touch in my grey and I'm going to go back there. So yeah, so I've been playing not Black Ops, shooter. Oh God, now I've gone blank. I can't think about art and think about games at the same time. My brain doesn't jump around. What's it called? Not Black Ops. It's a shooter anyway. It's a new shooter, and it's such a good game. And I'm playing the campaign to begin with. I'm going to go to that grey. It's a bit darker, and I'm going to leave the white. This is the hard part. These feathers I find the hardest to draw. You don't have to have them exactly the same as the reference, but get the basic sort of shapes, leaving a little bit of white between. Battlefield, yes, Battlefield 6. It's great. Oh my goodness, it is fantastic. It is a beautiful game as far as scenery goes and graphics. Oh, gorgeous. I'm playing the campaign. Just because I'm so rusty because I haven't done a shooting game forever. So I'm very rusty. But so I thought I'll do the campaign and that'll get me back in the swing of how things work and how to do things and whatever, how to drive aeroplanes and pick guns and do all sorts of stuff. And I ended up in tears already. The storyline had me in tears in the campaign. I'm like, no. So yeah, it's good. I even said to my son-in-law, it's like, damn, because he's playing it, but he's doing the open world battling with other people one, that part of it. I'm not there yet. I thought I'll play the campaign first. But yeah, it's quite emotional. I get attached to the characters and it's like, no, I'm already sort of only a few hours into the game and like, oh, it's really cool. Very emotional. And the characters are cool. So I'm actually looking forward to doing the open world battle stuff. And they've released Battle Royale, which is interesting because I've never done a Battle Royale. But my PC isn't strong enough to play it, so I have to play it on my PlayStation. Because my PC doesn't have the graphics intensity to be able to hold it and make it look good. Not much of Battlefield shooter. Yeah, see, I never used to be, and I just all of a sudden I started shooting. I started a game with watching a friend of mine, and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. And then the second I got into it, I'm like, oh my word, I found my thing. And I used to play with a girlfriend of mine in the US. We played Call of Duty together quite often. We'd jump on and that was our hangout and have a chat and play Call of Duty. I've never played Fortnite or any of those. I've always been a bit scared to do those because of the toxic sort of, you hear bad things about people. I've got friends who play it, but generally I haven't heard great things about the community, so I sort of steer away from it. But it looks fun because the outfits are fun. Don't mind cool zombies. Yes. They've just released a Halloweeny sort of a section to it, outfit to it, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to block in. So I'm just doing shapes. I'm not worrying so much about the detail. I'm just doing shapes of the feathers and then I'll fill in. And this is pretty much how I would do it if I was doing it with markers or ink or anything like that. This is pretty much how I would do it traditionally. I would do the shapes, fill it in. It is much easier to fix when you make mistakes though this way. I do love digital for its kindness to mistakes. I don't have the new stuff. Yeah. Also, I've been painting in real life for a Halloween paint. Oh, cool. Got to get it done for tomorrow. Cool. Awesome. I thought about doing a Halloween picture. I thought about it. But I'm sort of, I'm not really imaginative when it comes to... Last year, I did Inktober and I drew Sleepy Hollow. What's his name? Headless Horseman. I did him in black ink and it turned out really good. But I didn't do Inktober this year. I did it for like 3 or 4 years, but I didn't worry about it this year because I'm into the digital now. Lots of kids play Fortnite and I think that's part of the community problem. Yeah, same with WoW. Too many angry teens. Oh, okay. A crow with a pumpkin. That's great. I love that idea. Yeah, like I've got friends who play it, but generally it's a bit scary. I'm not good at being bullied. I don't cope well. So I'm like, nah, I'm not putting myself in that situation. I'll get upset. But, and when I play Call of Duty, I just turn off the voice thingy. It was only me and Rory, so Rory and I just chatted and we just shut off the chat. We didn't hear anyone else. So that was nice. I've got to catch up with her. All right. Once it's done, I'll post it in your Discord. Awesome. It's not what I did. I did a house on a hill with a tree. Oh, cool. Cool, cool. That sounds moody, like a haunted house. Oh, that's what I've been doing too, watching all the Halloween specials, like, because I love watching paranormal stuff. And on YouTube, everyone's got into their paranormal specials and they're all going to all the haunted places. And that's so fun to watch. So I watch a few channels. I watch Twin Paranormal, Ghost Club Paranormal, and they're all doing their, every day they're doing a video. And it's so cool. So this is not exactly like the reference, but it's as close as I can get. Twin Paranormal is so fun. Twin Paranormal are awesome. Been trying to do Spooky House. Oh, it's all about the angles. It's all about the angles and the darks and the shadows. You get that, you've got the mood. I'll change the shape a little bit here. And you can see I'm leaving the white of the paper. I'm call it paper, it's a screen, but the white of the paper as the highlights on the feathers as well. I will fill in some with some other colour. Not good with buildings yet, even with digital. Buildings are hard. That's just practice and time, and you will get there. Just keep at it. It's just practice. I haven't done a digital building yet. I've only done traditional. But I would like to, I might, in the next little while, I might do a tutorial on buildings. I'll do it, but I'll do go, because I've got some favourite buildings around the city here that I want to do again. There's a beautiful town called Bendigo that's got some gorgeous listed buildings. And I love doing like the old town halls and things. And they're all sort of turn of the century, really pretty buildings, really big blue stone. Most people are lazy and can't be bothered with the details. See, that's the thing. I'll spend hours and hours drawing every brick. To me, it's like therapy. I draw every brick. Well, not every brick, most bricks. And colouring's fun. And getting the shapes and angles is a challenge. I think I found that the hardest was the shapes and the angles of buildings and walls and perspective. Perspective was hard. But there are a lot of really good tutorials out there, mate, if you want to jump on. Just who do I know that does architecture? Oh, what's his name? Tech Yao Chi? I'm going to look it up. Hang on, Tech. He does beautiful, but he does loose. It's not exact, but really good to get ideas on. Hang on, Tech. Oh, can't remember his last name. He's a Chinese fella. Tech. Oh wow. No, Tech Art. It's not going to come. Tech the Archie. Tech artist. He does. Is it? What's his name? Nope. I'll have to find him. I'll find him on the videos on YouTube, and I'll tag you. Spent hours and hours drawing each feather on a wing, but can't be bothered to spend 5 minutes doing basic bricks. That's always the way. How'd you go with your owl? How did it turn out? I haven't been on Discord, so I've got to jump back on and have a look. Because he was looking good. He was looking real good. Perspective isn't too bad. The hard part is not to make things look stiff. Yes, so true. Haven't finished it yet? Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it when you do. Tech, hang on. I've got to find out. I've got to figure it out now. Hang on. So it's Tech. So I'll go to YouTube. Go to my YouTube. Go to my channel. Because I follow him. I haven't been watching a lot of art. So what do you call it when you draw? It's got a name. I got distracted by 2 comics. Aha. That'll do it. Tech. Oh, what do you call it when you draw? You sit in the street and it's got a name. Oh my god! So I'll just write street drawing. It'll come up with what it is. Nope. Urban sketching. Okay, urban sketching. So urban. I'm just googling it, trying to find him for you. Urban sketch. And he's really good. And he does reviews on pens and inks and everything else. Tech. Toby Sketches is really good. Unless he's gone. Oh, that's why, because it's not Tech, it's Teo. Teo Yi Chai. So I'll pop his name in chat. So if you give him a follow, he does really loose but really lovely drawings. So if you want to learn how to draw, he does beautiful tutorials. They're simple. They're quick. Teo. How do you spell it? Yichi. Okay. So if you Google that name in YouTube, and he will help you no end with your instructions with how to do it. Plein air, yes. Ian Fennelly, yeah. At some point we can call, if you ever want it on Discord, I can show some of the arts I do. That'd be cool. I'm really shivers, like I'm really not good at Discord. I'm learning. I'm very learning. I've got to get better. I'm trying to spend more time, but I just haven't been. I've got to get better. I'm so bad at Discord. I'm going to make his legs more orange for the base layer. Come down here. But yeah, Teo, I watched, he does reviews on watercolours. He does reviews on drawing. He does live drawing, and he mainly focuses on building. He does people, but he mainly focuses on buildings and perspective. And he just does amazing work. And it shows that you can have it look brilliant without that. You don't need all the fuss and fiddle. So many good urban sketches. Yes. There was one I used to love, but she hasn't been on for years. The Wild Rabbit. White Rabbit. Her name was White Rabbit. And she was amazing, a French woman. And she was so fun and so energetic. And just such a positive energy to watch. And I haven't seen her in years. I think after COVID, a lot of people just stopped. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I've got to go back to this sort of grey colour. But there's so many artists. And, what's his name too? See, and I can't think of him off the top of my head. Teo is great. He is great. And I'm just going to go another one, because there's Tony's Urban Sketches. He's great. I'm just going to have a quick look. There's another fella in particular that I really like. I'm just going to, he's not popping up. He does car scenes and street scenes, but he incorporates cars and people, and I can't find it, so doesn't matter. But yeah, Teo, he does everything. He does all of the things, and he breaks things down really simply. And he's very oh, that was my iPad. Sorry there. My iPad just slipped off the table. That wasn't good. I've got it sitting on a desk next to me, but just was balanced just the wrong angle. Quite a few Italian artists who are just not here anymore after COVID. Yeah, sounds fun. Looked at one of the building drawings he's done. Watched a few. Yeah, awesome. Because he does short format as well as long format. Yeah, a lot of people just stopped. Who was the guy that made his own palette? He made a beautiful brass palette. You know him, because I know that you and I have talked about him before, and I've gone completely blank. He made his own brass palette, watercolor palette, and he's a beautiful artist. He uses gouache a lot. He's another one I'd recommend. Actually, I'll Google that, because if I go gouache. Oh no, go to YouTube. Get your iPad over here again. So I'll go to YouTube. And I go. Why is there a? That's odd. There was a strange van in my driveway. So I'm going to go YouTube gouache. Don't be like me with your electronics. I'm so bad. I'm forever breaking stuff. What's his name? James Gurney. He's amazing, but he's like just a whole level beyond realistic. Like, he's hyper real. He does amazing stuff. So gouache, urban sketching gouache. We'll try that. Where's he gone? He has to be here. Hang on. Danny. It's not Danny. Oh, my goodness. Sketching gouache. Unless he's turned off his channel. I can't remember his name and I can't find it, so my goodness. Oh. Mark McKenna? Is that right? Paul Wank? No. No, it's not Mark McKenna. He's another great artist. I'm just trying to find it. And I can't, it's on the tip, I can see him. And he has, his little boy is the sound for the over of his videos. When he does his videos, his little boy's voice is on it. And it's so cute. No, I can't find it anywhere. Sketching gouache palette. I'll look for making a brass palette. That'll come up with that. Make brass palette. Jared Cullum. He's there. Jared Cullum. I'll type that name in too, because he's a must watch. Jared Cullum. That's the one. He does beautiful, beautiful buildings, scenescapes, people. He does animals. He does it all. Yeah, he does watercolour, gouache, a little bit of acrylic. Silly Goose, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. That is not orange. I was going to get my other orange. Go back to orange. Welcome and thank you for the follow. So I've got to go. So that's the stronger red. That's right. So I'm going to start. Now is where I start with detail. And I start to add a little bit The only thing about this that I've found, I haven't worked out how to have my reference. Hell yeah, back at you, mate. How are you? Love your name, silly goose. So I'm just going to drop in the shading, like drop in the shadows underneath a little bit, and I can fill in these little gaps. And you can see it's even a little bit more red, just a little bit more red. Okay, also right now, if you're curious, I'm working on a comic about pirates. Ooh, Jen, your chat doesn't show well on YouTube. Your pretty face is hiding it. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. I'll move my head. Okay, hang on. Whee, up there. Up there? I'll stick it over here. There we go. I'll go in the naughty corner. I'll go in that corner. Sorry, if you're a comic about pirates, I love pirates. Oh, my word. Pirates are awesome. Why did I put red up there? I got distracted by thinking about pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean, oh my word, my favourite movie ever. Silly Goose too. I'm good. I should be sketching, but I'm pursuing the internet with a beer. Oh, my brain is so foggy. Oh, glad I ran into this channel. Oh, well, thank you and welcome, because I'm just new to Kick. Very new to Kick. I've had the channel for a while, but I didn't post anything. So welcome. And it's lovely to have you here. And yeah, I'm the same. I spend a lot of time perusing and not a lot of time doing what I should be doing. Webcam was hiding. Yeah, because I moved it because I was covering the pigeon and I wanted you guys to see the reference. So yeah, sorry about that. I have coordination issues. I have major coordination issues. So yeah, now I'm starting with the detail and I'm just looking at the reference and just going to block in, again, just blocking in sort of the shapes. He's darker around here. Come right up to his beak and I can blend that a little bit. Go to my blending tool. Funny enough, it's another Undertale universe, alternate universe, but it's fine. I'm working on water stuff. Ooh, water's fun. Water's hard. Water is a challenge. Drunk drawing can be fun. Oh my God, Zargo. Yes. Yeah, nah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. But not drunk streaming. What do you want, Bear Bear? My little dog's sooking. I think he wants to go out again. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to let him out again. You want to go out again? You're a bossy, Bridges. You going to go out? Come on, how'd you go? Yeah, because I've got a doggy door out the back so the dogs can go outside and go potty. But he can't get through because when I've got a stream, I have to shut the door between me and the back door. At least I think I am. Yeah, I'm good when it comes to the beach. Beach is hard. That's good. That's good if you see, and that's the thing. Like, everyone's got their specialty. Everyone's got their thing that their specialty, their thing that they're good at. And it's oh, why is that? Oh, I need to not do that. I need to get to that. Get my eraser. Oh, that's not an eraser. Get the eraser. I'm going to erase the edges a little bit now. Get rid of some of this outline. Because again, digital art, but I'm doing it in one layer. I'm treating it traditional. So, and I was working on the legs, wasn't I? See, I tend to jump around, which I always have done. But yeah, I'm doing this all in one layer. So I'm just going to get rid of the underdrawing, just bits of it, because it's looking a bit clunky in spots. Just remove some of the outer edges. There was something I read a long time ago that told me to always have my tools nearby. I'm going to use your burb as my reference instead of the reference burb. Go for it. Go for it. Well, this, I was saying earlier, I use Unsplash for my references. It's a free reference site. It's called unsplash.com. And there's just bottomless supply of beautiful photography that you can use for references legally. So that's where I got this. Oh, Bear Bear, my little dog wants to come back. Oh, my God, he's bossy. Come on. Come on, then. Come on, then. Come on, Bear Bear. Quick. Quick, quick. Oh, no, not you. Come on, Bear. Sorry, he's in and out like a yo-yo. He's up and down and in and out all over the shop. little sausage ears. Something I read about. Help me. Yes, I have everything around me. You can see I've got shelves behind me. That's where I've got all my art supplies, and I've got a box, one for drawing, one for watercolour, one for oil painting. I've got all my pens and markers. I love pens. I have a pen thing. I've got a pen collection. I've got thousands of pens. Everything from dip pen to you name it, I've got it. I just love ink and pens. But yeah, it's handy to have everything nearby. Unsplash will look into it. Good, yes, it's really handy. And also Pixabay. So actually, I'll write that in chat so you know the spelling. I'll write it in chat. I know I'll just write it down anyway because unsplash.com. And also Pixabay. Pixabay is good. They have a lot of overlap with their art, but it's, yeah, both of those I use quite often for references if I don't have my own. So now I'm going to start. I'm going to lighten up. I need to get my brush. Okay, I keep forgetting to change brushes. Go back to my dip pen, and I'm going to start now. Ooh, that's way too bright. Gee whiz. I can drop the opacity a fraction. No, that's still too bright. Hang on. Maybe I'll just go back to this colour, the original colour I had, that colour. Drop the opacity. Oop, get my brush back. No, that's not light enough. I need to go back like a tone. I'm going to just do that. Got to get a highlight. That's better. A subtle highlight on the top of his head. I've seen some AI stop. Oh, there is. Apparently you can filter out the AI. I don't know how to do it, but you can filter it out. You can usually tell though, because it's just the colours are wrong. But I suppose you've got to know what you're looking at to know that it's fake, which is a bit tricky. If you're learning, it can be a bit tricky. But you're supposed to be able to filter it out. I just haven't figured out how to do that. Apparently there's some button you can press to, or some setting you can change. I think AI is getting everywhere these days. I think sadly it's something we're going to have to live with. It's the way of the future, I think. I feel sorry for the actors and the musicians who are getting overrun. I'm going to try and make this a little bit bigger for you, because that way you can see it a bit better. There we go. I'm just doing the highlights on his head a little bit. Oh, and he's got light above his eye too. See, I'm looking now. I'm just going to work my way from the top of him down, from his head down, and just work in sections and look at shapes. I feel like a crazy person when I tell people I can't really get on the board with AI art. They look at me like a caveman. It's just soulless. It is so true. It is so true. I mean, there's a place for it, and it is the way of the future. But you know what? There'll always be a market for traditional. There always will. I mean, I remember when I first started, I was horrified at the thought of digital art. I thought, oh God, it's, you know, there's no talent in digital art. And look at me now. Each thing has got its own difficulties. But with time, you know what scares me about the AI is the videos of people, the fake people. I love science, and I've been following the meteor, or the IA3. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's going around the sun at the moment. And there's one of my favourite scientists, and someone's done an AI of him, and it looks real. I only realised it wasn't him. I only realised it was AI because he pauses in the wrong spots in his sentences, and he's a really articulate guy, and he never makes mistakes when he speaks. And I'm like, oh my God, he's a fake. It's not real. He's AI. And I was horrified because they're giving information out, and he's getting hundreds of thousands of views, and it's not him. It's someone who's done an AI of him. I saw some really bad ones yesterday. I was looking for a puma, and there was a picture of a leopard. I think it was supposed to be jumping or running, and it was, yes, deep fake videos about it. I know. I'd never noticed that. Well, I never knew that was a thing until I've been watching this satellite one. The thing about I'll tell you his name anyway. I'll tell you what the thing is. It's Hang on. I'm going to go to my channel. Hang on. Got to go to my channel to look at all the stuff that I watch because it'll come up. This is what I love about live videos. I love chatting while I draw, and it's supposed to be a tutorial, but we end up talking about everything. It is called, oh my God, now it's not going to come up. My word, I've searched other things, and now I've got other things in my chat. What's it called? Go to my history. Because I watched a thing on it yesterday. Hang on. History. Yeah. Home. Home. Come on. Do it. Where's my history? Videos. There we go. History. Okay, so it was 3i Atlas. It's 3i Atlas is the thing I'm following. And the dude's name that they've copied, and it's not him. So if you watch a video of it, I was blown away by how close the AI was to being correct. Oh, there he is. Brian Cox, my favourite scientist ever. And someone's done an AI of him, and it's not him. Talking about it. Random streams are my mini vice, but I had to nearly completely abstain from social media. It's just too much AI slop. Yeah. I enjoy watching streamers who like talking and drawing. It's nice noise for when I do art myself. Well, that's the thing, and I find I do that too. Like I'll be doing something, and I will have my favourite artist in the background, and I'll just listen, or I'll listen to a TV show, like I'll Ghost Club Paranormal or one of those sort of things. I'll have that on in the background as my noise, and I'll go to sleep quite often. I'll go to sleep at night listening to a video because I don't sleep well, but I'll listen to something. Neil Tyson, yeah, have they God, I hope no one's AI'd him. That'd be sad. He's a funny dude. I like Neil. But yeah, him and Brian Cox are brilliant, both of them. But I'm probably sure that they probably have copied Tyson. But that's the thing. I was like, no, I'm listening to it, and I'm thinking this sounds a little bit weird. But then I'm watching him, and I'm like, hang on a minute, he's pausing in the wrong spots, and he's actually really articulate when he talks in real life. So I'm like, oh, someone's AI'd him, someone's copied him. So I'm amazed that they can do that legally, because that's stealing an identity. I'm amazed that they actually leave that up. Trying to get tickets for Speak. He does in Copenhagen. Oh, how cool would that be? To meet someone like that in real, or to go to one of their talks in real life would be so amazing. There's supposedly a meme reset that'll be happening where it goes back to the old stuff away from the AI. Ooh. Okay. Because it's becoming a thing. It is becoming a thing. You've got to be so careful what information you take on board, because you can't trust it anymore. You got to use your own. I mean, you should anyway, but people trust in the news and trust in what they see, and you can't, not anymore. You got to use your own judgment. You do have to use your own judgment. Don't remember when it'll happen, but I think it's the start of next year. Cool. I love Cox and Tyson and a few others. I'm so brains over balls. Yes. Yep. Same. I get my poor husband. I make him watch it, and he's like, oh, God, it's another science one. And I love archaeology, so I'll sit there and watch archaeology for hours. I'll have archaeology on in the background. And I always love Time Team. It's a British one, and it's so fun. And the guys in that were so fabulous. It made archaeology fun. And, I'd just watch it over and over again, all the series. And my poor husband used to just roll his eyes. He'd walk in and walk out again like, oh, God, you're watching this stuff again. So I put on a token shoot a movie for him occasionally. Put on a bit of Schwarzenegger or a bit of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Well, what's the other dude? He's really good now. Action guy. I can't remember what his name is now. He's an English guy. He's really funny. In real life, he's really funny. But He's just, he's a nice dude. I can't remember what he's in, but he's in the Meg. What that actor? He's great. So he's done a new movie called The Beekeeper. That is really good. Listening to things about dinos. Oh, yes, love dinos. Love dinos. Love dinos. Love dinos. Brilliant stuff. Oh, that's not the right one. That one. I'm just getting rid of the gaps, the lines in the drawing, just the edge lines. Just trying to tidy them up a bit. Down there. Because I don't mind leaving some of the lines because it just shows the drawingship, the draftsmanship. You know, when everyone says, you know, you get rid of your underdrawing, well, you can, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Sometimes I like to look at drawings and see how it's done. I love to look and see because you can, and I'll stand at a museum for hours just looking. Like when we had the royal paintings come over, and it was all the Queen's collection, and it was I stood literally for hours just looking at the brush strokes, thinking, how on earth did they do that? The artwork is so clever. There are so many archaeology BS conspiracies out there. I'm trying to help friends who get stuck in there. Oh no, I sort of tend to, because I come from that older set that, you know, you sort of pick up straight away when it's bullcrap, and I tend to go, yeah, no, I'm not going to watch this, and I like the true, not the dramatised. My most favourite thing with dinos is the theories and tests to try and match what dinos might have sounded like. I know, and even if it's probably not accurate, it's better than Jurassic Park rules. Yes. The mixture of the lions and the bears and the God knows what else. But that's the thing. What do? They've got to make something up. But yeah, I love that they've got the DNA. They've got their actual colours from the feathers of the Archaeopteryx. They actually got the DNA from the fossil to be able to get the true colours, and it was red and black. And that sort of stuff I just love. And I love, like, what's his name? James Gurney does, like, the museum send him the skeletons and say to him, can you please recreate this creature? And he'll make the statue or make the little model of it from the skeleton, put it in a little landscape scene, and then he'll draw it. And to watch his process, James Gurney, I've got a collection of his books. Yeah, there was a lot of Herbis and Countershade. Yes. As much as I like Jurassic Park and those things, I love the sounds of stuff. Oh, there you go. See, and that's the thing. And so I loved the characteristics of the animals and the behaviours and how they, because like there's the one at the start of Jurassic Park, the first one, where the guy gets in the car and he's driving down the road and the car crashes and those two frill-neck two frill-neck dinosaurs, I've gone completely blank what they're actually called, spit their venom at him. Well, we've got our little lizard that acts almost, they've obviously taken the behaviour of the frill-neck lizard, because those dinosaurs they used, that is exactly how our frill-neck lizards react when they're aggressive. They stand up, frill out their little doodahs and hiss at you, and they run on their back legs. And they're so cute. They're not venomous. Not like the ones in the movie. But yeah, every time I see that, it makes me giggle. So I'm like, oh, they're just giant frill-neck lizards. There were also ones found that were like kind of mummified. Yes. Well, they found mammoths. The fact that they're trying to they found a preserved mammoth calf in Russia, and they've got it on ice, and they've got full DNA from it. So they can actually recreate them, but they just breed them with an elephant, with a bull elephant. Or put the DNA into an elephant is what I mean. It's amazing, but I mean, that's in the works. And they're trying to do that with the Tassie tiger as well, which is actually thylacine, which is really marsupial. Can't spell the name, but exactly what you talk about. Cool. But yeah, I love all that stuff. See, anything like that, I'm a nerd. I am such a nerd. I would love to be able to do that sort of stuff, like to really get into the science drawing. I love scientific drawing, like when you go to the museum and you see all the studies. I love that. There was a mummified foot of a Herbie dinosaur that kept all its scales like it. Yeah, wow, that's cool. And they say they've just found footprints. They've actually just recently found footprints in a section of, they'd found 4 or 5 footprints of dinosaurs, but now they've uncovered the whole track. I don't know whether it was in England, but they've found the whole track of the parents and the baby dinosaur. In fact, some fossils have scale pattern around. That amazes me. I do love that. And when you look at them, we've still got some animals that have the similarities. Like if you look at a cassowary, which is an Australian bird, their legs are very like a raptor, a velociraptor kind of leg. If you check one of those out, they are amazing things. Very primordial, very dinosaur-like. They're my favourite bird, is the cassowary. They're up in Queensland, and they're gorgeous things. Absolutely magnificent, colourful birds, but very dinosaur-like. Like I imagine that's what a dinosaur would be. The dinosaur birds, I mean, like the Archaeopteryx and stuff. That they'd have that kind of feather. Their feathers aren't feathers; it's like string. It's like a fur, but a really thick, long fur. Not fur. You can't even say it's fur. I don't even know an animal that has. If you look at a cassowary feather, they are strange. And they've got the feet on a cassowary is dinosaur. Not aware of any dinosaur finds where they got DNA from. DNA from Ice Age animals and fragments. Yeah, Zargo, look up the Archaeopteryx and the feathers. Because they got or maybe it wasn't, maybe it was just a pigment. Maybe it wasn't DNA, maybe it was pigment they got from the feathers. Because they could tell the true colour. And in Dinosaur, there was apparently a fossil found that was similar to Nanotyrannus. Ooh, I recently watched Prehistoric Planet. Ooh, they got feather pigments from. Okay, that's what I was mixing up. So now I'm just going to draw in these feathers. I'm just taking the colour that was, because I've blended it so you can still see a stronger. Actually, I'm going to go to full opacity. And I'm just going to mark in these feathers. I think they were called proto feathers for older dinos. Yes. Look at us all nerding out on dinos. Go team. I love it. Love it, love it. And I love learning. Love learning. And I always loved, it's always would have been pigments, but it's cool they can figure it out. I know, that's what, it's amazing. Technology is, and what the way technology is going, anything's possible. Anything is really possible. Just started to bucket down rain here. Come down. And you can see the feathers, I'm just doing the edges of them, and it's just squiggles. And it's not exactly like the reference. He's darker down the chest. I'll add the shadows and stuff at the very end. Just going to scribble all of this in. Like that. Hello, Bacon. How are you, mate? It also doesn't show much when it comes to pattern, but the ones found either had the black iridescent feathers or the counter shading. Yes. How are you, Bacon? How'd you go? Are you still playing? I hung out in Bacon's stream this morning when I woke up. I had my cup of coffee with you. My first cup of coffee for the day. Or my first couple of cups of coffee. You learn all about Vegemite. Funny. So anyone in Twitch, go follow Slab of Bacon. He's one of my mates. He's playing a beautiful game. Hang on. So shout out at Slab of Bacon. So I've now shouted you out to Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and all of the things. because I'm streaming three doodahs. I certainly need to practice a lot of dino body shape. Dinos are hard because it's a lot of it. Yeah, you sort of, because a lot of the renderings you see online are wrong. They're just wrong. I would suggest follow James Gurney. He's really good on their proportions and how to go, like the way their bodies worked, the ways they walked, things like that. Had a study mate who had to retake our Geology 2 test. He just read the first of the question and wrote 20 pages of dinosaurs. Still felt, oh no, that's not good. That's not good. And that's the thing, it's a lot of it, you got to be careful where your sources are or who your sources are when you get any information like that. I figured out the legs to dinos, but not the rest, the body. Well, see, that's the thing. Like I watched, they had to write, well, you know, about dinoflagellates, a genus of one-cell creatures. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of cotton fluff. That sounds like a whole lot of not fun. What was I saying? I got totally thrown by the name of dinoflagellates. But yeah, oh, that's what it was. The Diplodocus and that, their legs, like elephants, their knees, their legs bend differently to a normal, like to what a traditional sort of animal. It's like if you look at a Diplodocus or what's the other one? There's a Diplodocus and there's the giant long-necked herbivorous ones. Their legs are weird. Like their knees up high, and then their ankle is like 3/4 of the way down their leg, and their feet. It looks strange. The way their legs bend and articulate is really unusual, and it's fun to look at. But yeah, it's really fun to look at. I love looking at how they move and stuff. And to watch it, like that's why I like James, because he worked with the skeletons. Sauropods, yes. Love a sauropod. And really love tyrannosaurs. Not tyrannosaurs, sorry, stegs. The stegosaurus, triceratops, ceratopsians. Love ceratopsians. So I'm just working on now. I'm just doing feather shapes, like just roughing up. I don't need to do too much solid work down here. I've got to see this part of his wing shadow comes under here. I'm looking at shapes of darks and lights and just blocking them in now. And shadow shapes and feather shapes and just doing little squiggles to suggest the shapes. They look really cool. Just got to figure out how to draw them. Yes. And it's just that's just a, like, as you know, mate, it's just to do it until you do it. It's a do it until you get there. And you will, because I was terrified of drawing different things, and, you know, you just keep doing it. And then one day you wake up and you can do it, and you're like, oh, all that practice worked. Like I used to be terrified of drawing birds. So I just did it over and over again, because I was always scared of drawing feathers, and I was scared of drawing cats. And then they become some of my favourite subjects, because I've drawn them so many times to try and build confidence that now I'm like them on one of my favourite things to draw. So yeah, and it is just a practice. You can draw anything. You never say you can't draw anything. But like you said, your attitude's good. You're like, yeah, I'm just going to do it until I've got to figure it out. But my main thing is that bothered me was things don't look right. The sizing of the head. Yes, most talking about the flies around those. Yeah, they were massive. The eye is so small compared to the head. My brain doesn't like to know how. Yes, and you try and correct things, and you can't. You've just got to trust the skeletons. They're still discussing it. Tyrannosaurs had lips or not, and if so, how much? I reckon I've seen that actually. My instincts are probably, like, if you look at the goanna, the iguana, they've got lips. They're not a solid lip like a lip, but they've got scale lips. So yeah, which would make their teeth show differently if, you know, love the drama of a movie where the teeth are all visible, but they might not have been. But yeah, if you look at an iguana or a goanna, they have like, no, it's a goanna, Australian lizard, the goanna. They've got lips, but they're scaled lips. And they're a pretty impressive creature. They are I've seen that. They're huge. I've seen them up north when I've been up the country, up the bush. They're huge. They can be about 8 feet long. And they run really fast, and they can run on their back legs, and they can run on all the floors, and they can climb trees. I like how the T-Rex looks with lips. It made you feel real honestly. Yeah, well, that's the thing. And who knows, unless they find somehow, which is never going to happen, unless they find a complete skeleton, it's not going to be we'll never know for sure. Unless they find an imprint, like one's done a face plant in mud and it's lips patterns. They're actually in the rocks. How funny would that be if it's done a face plant, like just fallen head first into a mud pile, into a tar pit, and its lips are fossilised. That's the only way it's going to be figured out. And that just gives me the funniest visual in my head. I also love hearing the deep grumble that people think they would make. Yes. Ooh, there's thunder and lightning here. I can hear the thunders. Whoops, undo that. That's too strong. I want to go to this colour. A little brown on his bottom. And then, got to get the dipper. Pick up that colour. And use that colour there. I've just got to darken up his butt feathers. His butt. And on the bottom of his taily bit. Come down the bottom. It's more grey, but that's okay. One of the problems they are related closer to birds than reptiles. Yes, and we got no birds left with teeth. Did you see? I did watch a documentary. They reverse engineered chickens in the egg, and they changed the DNA so that it had a tail and teeth. They didn't let them live, but they did it. Google that, Zarg. Chicken. Science test chickens grow tails, and it'll come up. It's one specific YouTuber hasn't posted for a year, but they did a really cool dinosaur-based things. Okay, I think I know who you're talking about. It was a girl who, she was like a science girl. One of the videos was about, I think, Quetz and a Rex showed up with no noise at all. Oh, no hint was there, and it was cool. Oh, geese, what about them? Do they not have teeth? Do they have teeth? Do they not have teeth? As they're developing in the eggs, they do. They have tails and teeth. But they absorb. And they got like a fur around the edge. They've got like a fur around the edge. I wouldn't say it's teeth, but it's furry. Like a soft... We got a town full of geese and they hurt when they peck at you. We got our own flock in town and they own the joint. They rule the roost, literally. It was all animation and it looked cool. Oh, okay. Horror chickens. Yeah, you got to Google it. It's a real thing. They did it. Scientists did it. They genetically engineered them. And they literally took the DNA back. Hang on, Googling. Yep, cool. Whoops, I've got to get the right brush. Yeah, they did it a few years ago. They'd had chickens grow tails. They just switched off a gene that would have been, when they evolved, and just turned back the clock. Or it sort like edges. Yes. Yep. Okay, so geese don't have teeth, but their beaks have sharp points that act like teeth. Yeah, well, I suppose when you think about it, they've got to shake their food. Like if they have a biscuit or whatever, they'll shake it until it breaks apart. So they've got to have something to grip. So now I'm going to blend these feathers a bit more on his back. I'm just going into these greys. I'm not happy in the darkest grey. I've got to add shadows on. I'm just trying to soften up. this. Come down. And all of that. Okay, he's looking all right. He's looking all right. I didn't see that, but I saw that they once shot a whale with with vestigial legs that was funky. Ooh. Okay, so that's what the goes. Yeah, I'm just going off a video I watched like 3 years ago showing the inside of a goose mouth. Oh, okay, cool. It's amazing though, like if you watch evolution and how it all happened and how animals have changed and where we came from, it's really quite bizarre. Like the first animal to come, like I love the horses, like Eohippus, which was one of the first horses, and it had toes. And now, if you like because my husband and daughter are both blacksmiths, so they do put shoes on horses and stuff, but they had to do veterinary as part of their course, and they had to dissect the feet. And the horses have 3 toes, but they've got a hoof around them, but they've got the bones of like it's strange. So they evolve to have different, like to suit the climates, to suit the terrain, to suit the climate. All of it, but they still hold little traces of their history. And it's fascinating. But the fact that they can turn off a gene and take them back a generation or two, or back down the evolution trail, it's fascinating. I love that stuff. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, I'm just going, oh yeah, I saw that. I'm just adding some darker tones into these back feathers. And it's just shapes. Like I'm not worrying about the feathers as individual feathers. I'm just looking at shapes. It gives the illusion. And people are amazing too. Like we've got some of the oldest humans on Earth here. They've found the oldest skeletons or oldest remains, not even skeletons, parts of people. They're chasing 3 blue dogs in Chernobyl. What? Hang on. I didn't see that, but I saw the one. Yeah. I'm just going off video. Oh, yep. Chasing 3 blue dogs in Chernobyl. Oh. I've seen. Yeah, exactly. And I had a horse. I had a Clydesdale. Her name was Griffin, and she had claws on her back legs. She had claws on her, like dew claws. And yeah, I had her when I was in my 20s. She was my favourite horse. She was an amazing horse. She was a Clydesdale. But yeah, she had dew claws. So we had to trim them all the time. Just like a dog does. But horses don't usually have dew claws. But she did. She had proper claws. Animal stuff is so fun to talk about. Animals are amazing. Animals are amazing. Animals are very definitely amazing. Come up here. Fill this in a bit. It is bucketing down. The birds are going bananas outside. We had a flock of cockatoos here this morning, and they were being very rambunctious. And I can hear them out the back squawking, going, wee, wee. I can send a video of that dinosaur thing I mentioned. Yeah, go for it, doll. Animal stuff is fun. Yeah, pop it in Discord, and we can pop in and have a look. I'll have a look at it after stream. I just pop it in general or in still art. Pop it in during an art discussion. So I think a lot of feathered horses have those. My farrier has to trim my horse for them to. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. That's another interesting fact for any non-horsey person in here. When you know the big draft horses that have the white fluff on their legs, they're called feathers. In horse terminology, those are feathers. So there's your lesson of the day. Another lesson of the day. Yes, horses with the big white fluffy bits, those are feathers. And I love them. I love the Clydesdales and the draft horses. They're my favourite of all. I've had a few over the years, a few pet ones and a couple of riding ones. Got one at the moment, actually, Willow. She's about in her 20s in the back paddock. I suspect it's because of the genes that make the hair grow longer on the bottom of their legs and also affects the growth of the dew claws. Yeah, probably it's been put in general for you. Thank you. Ping me when you watch it. I will. Thank you, mate. Okay, now I'm going to make him smaller because I've got to darken up under here too because I can also see. I'm looking at darks and lights. I'm looking at the shadows. Trying to figure out where the darkest darks are and the lightest lights are. It's dark under here. And I'll soften all this up. I'll go over it and blend it a bit. I'm going to make him smaller. Whoops, come on, smaller. There we go. And I've got to put the shadows in. I'm going to darken up this shadow under here. I'm looking for shapes and shadows now. White, I swear they are mud coloured. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my horse had 4 white stockings and a white blaze, and she always found the clay. She'd find clay to roll in, and she was always orange. She was always mud covered and orange. So yes, feel your pain. And we used to have to bath her, and we have a hot wash because I used to show her. I used to take her to all the shows, and my husband put in a hot wash so I could wash her, and shampoo and condition all her feathery bits. They're funny creatures. They are funny creatures. I'm just going to add some more. But it doesn't matter about the feathers aren't exactly the same. It's an illusion. I'm not going to fuss about the feathers. I'm going to add some more shadows now to the feet. Sometimes you've got to stop yourself from overdoing things. It is a drawing. It is not a photograph. And sometimes it's easy if you take the pressure off yourself and go, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can get it as close to as you want. But like I'm looking at the feathers going, I should do this and I should do that. It's like, no, I don't have to do this or that. I'm happy with that as an effect. It tricks your eye into thinking they're feathers there. And that's all it needs to do. That's all it needs to do. I'm drawing the claws on. Then I've got to draw the shadows to ground him. How long have we been at this? An hour and a half it's taken. Sounds like horses are a blast to have. They're a lot of work. It's not a hobby, it's a lifestyle. I know for the fact that they are expensive. Yes, I can't wash mine. I've tried for 20 years. She would do anything for me but take a bath. Wow. Yeah, see, mine loved it. But they grew up having they're from, but it's not natural for them. In the wild, they would never be bathed. They would roll in dirt and roll in sand. So it's an unnatural thing. And so you can sort of understand why they don't like it. But it's a pain. You can't, if they're dirty, you can't show them. But, I sort of understand it. That is completely unnatural to them. But that's why we put a hot wash. Mine hated cold water. So we put a hot water service in for the horses so we could hose them with hot water. And she loved that. Honey and Willow both loved that. Just popping these shadows. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else then. Oh yeah, horses are they're lots of fun, mate, but they are a lot of work. Like we didn't go on holidays. Now they're retired. They're more like pets. We get animal. Like I've got kids who animal sit for me if we go on holidays and whatever. They're 24/7, and they're very fragile. Horses get sick very easily. They get all kinds of skin problems, all kinds of behavioural problems. You name it, horses get it. They're designed really badly. Their legs are very they just damage their tendons and nerves and ligaments all the time. So you've got to be super all over it the whole time. They're definitely a lifestyle. You don't do anything else. If you got horses, there's not much else you can do. We eat, slept, and breathed it, literally. Their legs can breathe. Yes, exactly. Exactly, they can. They're very sensitive creatures. Very sensitive creatures. Like, I love them, but they are a lot of work. And I've still got them, but yeah. But they're retired. They're old. They're in their 20s now. I got an Irish cob. Oh, love cobs. And for what they cost in the US, I can get at least 3. Wow. Yeah. They're ridiculously priced. But cobs aren't so common here. I love a cob. So I'm just going to start now to add these final sort of shadows in. Down the bottom of their tum-tum. I can add some dark up in here. You can see I'm going to drop the opacity right down because you can see these darker feathers come over the top here and down the back a little bit. Like that. Comes down here. Comes down onto the lighter part. He's much darker under there. Darker onto his wings. I don't even have the space if I ever wanted to get one, nor would I have the motivation for it. Yeah, arting in a pet rock is fine with me. Yeah, that's a good choice, mate. Good choice. I think that's the best possible option, and I agree with you completely these days. Oh, that's funny. But so true. And I can see what I've done here. I've done the wings the wrong shape. I've done the feathers wrong. So I'm just going to alter these a little bit on his tail, on his wing, on his bottom of his wing. You can just see that I always do these feathers a little bit wrong. And I'm going to get the white, go back to, or not white, but it's a light colour. And I'm going to mark that in. That's better. That makes them look a little bit more right. I do have a cat, but he's more outdoor cat. Yeah. It's going to pop in a little bit of light around his chest. Yeah, we've got 2 Jack Russells, 3 horses. Our cats went to heaven this year. They were in their late teens. They both died at old age. And lots of wildlife, about 1,000 kangaroos. Tons of rabbits, lots of bunnies everywhere. Echidnas, koalas, all of the animals. I like the wild ones. Wild ones are fun. They take care of themselves. I'll probably never get out from home without the horse. I have to get for my yeah. I had a routine. I'd be up at the crack of dawn. I'd go out. I'd clean the stables. I'd ride 2 horses. I'd bring them in. I'd wash them. I'd put them out in the paddock, put their rugs on. Then I'd come in and I'd do my housework and me other stuff. Probably. I have to say that since I stopped riding, I don't go out much. I became very sedentary, very much indoors, where I was always outside, cleaning up after him or doing something. It's never ending with horses. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. What do you guys think? I don't know that there's a lot more I need to do. Go super dark on the bottoms of the tail feathers. Just blend that out a fraction. I'm not going to worry about a background. I'm quite happy with that just as it is. I'm just having a look at his face. I've got to darken up his eyes a little bit. Looks great. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm just about the end of it. Just about. Depending on what we do this weekend, I might come back tomorrow and draw some dinosaurs. You've inspired me. Jeremy, you've inspired me. We keep our horses free range at Mason for no mugging. Yeah. And healthy horses, yes. Well, I had them stabled because I showed every weekend, and yeah. And we had the luxury of being able to have stables, and they loved the stables. They were safe, like they knew that because of the predators, they knew they were safe in the stables. So my horses, you'd go out there in the middle of the night and they'd be laying out, all spread out everywhere. And a horse in the wild won't do that. And they were laid out like. One of the best things I've seen is an Eurasian eagle owl. Oh, I even held it too. Well, owls are huge. Oh my God. I went to they bought one to a fair thing. And they're huge, and I sat on my arm. Oh, my God. And that wasn't even one of those owls. It was just an owl. It was a barn owl, and it was still huge. The owl was heavy as hell, but it was so pretty up close. They're beautiful. Their feathers are the most magnificent. See, I'd just never let it go. I'd just be like, right, I need to take that home. I need to keep it as a pet because I need to be able to draw it and have it, like, in my house. And I'm that person that I'm walking down the street and they'll see a feather on the ground and I'll pick it up. Because we get so many birds here and the feathers are so wildly coloured. They're so amazing. That reminds me, I'm just going to draw a few I blended all these out. I just want to add a few little textures on the bottom of the feathers down his back. Just a few, not everywhere, not all over. Eurasian eagle owls are one of the largest. Wow. We've got wedge-tail eagles here and they're about 2 metres across. Wingspan, 2 metres. We don't have anything worse than a badger here. They don't harm horses, so they're okay. Yeah, we had a suspected panther, which is really... Hello, Plasma. We had a suspected panther, which is totally not native to Australia at all. We've had dogs come in and attack the horses, not wild dogs, but neglected dogs. That was years ago, though. And they didn't hurt ours. We were lucky. But natural predators here, snakes, they're not really a predator, though. They just get bitten a lot. And reminds me as a kid when I found a feather, I would keep it for good luck. Yes. And we get such beautiful coloured feathers. I've got like a cowboy hat that I stick them in. Ours are so pretty, but I struggle at holding him. And when I went there on my birthday, I got a feather from there. Oh, wow, cool. And that's something you keep forever. And like I've got our family Bible and my great-great-great-grandmother had a peacock feather and it's still in the family Bible. The thing's like 250 years old and it's a peacock feather. But, you know, people, it's stuff like that. It's like an heirloom. I love that sort of stuff. Love that sort of stuff. I've seen the rewilded cats from Australia. They're huge. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. It's on a shelf. It's such a pretty colour. Oh, that's cool. But, yeah, that's the thing. We have wild cats they're feral, and they are huge. They are huge. But they reckon one of the soldiers came back from probably Vietnam or somewhere and they had a mascot puma and it might have been in kitten and it's had kittens and like it'd be, you don't see them or hear about them ever anymore. But they reckon they might have got released. So they were from the wartime, but they survived enough in our bush because there's pigs and deer and God knows what else up in the mountains they can eat. But okay, there was a few horses years ago that were attacked. And the claw marks, like they weren't killed, but they were hurt, and they had the claw patterns on their rumps, and it's like we don't have anything here that does that except for a wildcat. It's a chocolate brown and a lighter brown with a bit of black. Okay. Yeah, they've got amazing colours. They're almost metallic-y brown, like they're just beautiful. They are just beautiful. Yeah, I know. It was back in the 90s. It happened a lot in the 90s. There was a spate of it. But because we're right behind the mountains, so well, there was one day we would hear the horses were running around frantic, and my husband got up and went outside and he said, I don't know what I just saw, but it was about 2 meters long, about a foot and a half high, and it ran straight through all the fences and up to the hills. And he swore it was a big cat. So my husband's seen it, and my mum saw it crossing the road, and a truck driver pulled up. My mum pulled up, and the truck driver pulled up, and the truck driver said to my mum, I'm not going mad. You did see that, didn't you? And my mum's like, yeah, it was a wild cat, like a big cat. And so they sort of stood on the side of the road scratching their heads going, oh, my God, what the hell? Because they're not supposed to be in Australia. But that was years ago now. That was the 90s. So it'd be long since died of old age now. Long since died of old age. Because I haven't heard any more reportings of them for a long time. But yeah, I reckon. Damn great thing to see. Yeah. I'm quite happy not to see. I like them in the zoo, and I like watching them on African documentaries. I don't want to see one. Keep them in documentaries for me. That'll be fine. At least let's hope it stays like exactly. All right, my hubby saw a wolf by the fjord 2 years ago, so we got some at least transiting past here. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, our wild dogs are the dingo, and they're not down this end of the country. They're up the top. And they're a beautiful animal. Dingoes are gorgeous. But they're not woolly like the wolves have got beautiful long fur. Our dingoes are smooth coated. They're a gorgeous creature. Right, I reckon I'm going to call that done, Pete. So I'm going to say that's done. I'm going to sign him. I'm going to call that done and say thank you so much for hanging out. How many people have I got? I've got 3 in Twitch. I've got a few on YouTube. I've got a couple in Kick. So we're going to do a raid. We're going to find someone. Has anyone got anyone on, an artist on, that we can raid? The most exotic thing I've seen is a meerkat. Oh, I love meerkats. Oh, my God. I love meerkats. For one of my daughter's birthdays, we did for her 18th. You could get a experience at the zoo. You could feed the zebras. You could go to the you could sit in with the meerkats, and the meerkats climbed all over you. So so we did that for my daughter, and it was so fun. Meerkats are just amazing. They're so clever. Apparently, they're really aggressive to each other, though. A lot of them had no tails. They'd bitten each other's tails off. We got raccoon dogs as invasive species. Ooh, I have only seen one. I stopped because I thought it was a dead kitten. Ooh, it was a raccoon dog pup. Ooh, they look so cute. They look like menaces when I saw them. Yes! Yeah, I used to watch that show called Meerkat Manor, and that was so cute. Okay, so I'm going to go to Twitch, and I'm going to see who's on, who we can raid. We're going to do a raid, guys. Okay, who've we got? Oh, Blue's on. I was going to refresh. My Twitch on my PC is playing up. Yeah, we got Blue. Blue's on. Let's go hang out with Blue. So I'm going to go /. So Blue Skittle is another digital artist. He's a beautiful artist and a really lovely person. So let's go over there. So / raid. I always spell it wrong though. Blue. It's no E. No E in his blue. It's just Blue Skittle with no E. Blue Skittle, just checking, just making sure. There we go. Let's go. Thank you, everyone. Did that work? No, I didn't put raid. Oh, there we go. Did it work? Didn't work. Hang on. Didn't work. We'll try again. Go to, hang on, just hold, bear with me, peeps. dashboard. I'm trying again. Stream manager. That didn't work because I always do that. So thank you everyone for being here. You guys and gals are a world of awesomeness. /raid. Blue Skittle. Okay, try again. Yay! I'll see you over there, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for being here in all of the YouTubes and everywheres and kicks.